What? I'm sorry. L plush radio. I don't give a fuck. No, I do give a fuck. I'm sorry. Anyways, hi chat. Hi chat. Give me 1 second. I need to open. I need to set up Reddit and like get that pulled up properly. No, wait, I don't want to create a post. Go back. I want to join the fucking Reddit community. This is genuinely just a test stream because I have no fucking idea if this is going to work or not. I genuinely have no idea if this is gonna work at all. Because I think shit is like breaking slightly. There have been no frame drops yet. So can I do it? No, I have to fucking window capture. Here we go. That's not where you're supposed to be. Hello? Why are you so fucking big? Why are you big? You're supposed to be behind the overlay. Why is the overlay doing? What is going on? I genuinely. Oh, that's why. I'm stupid. There we go. Shit gets borked so fucking easily. Okay. Just to make sure, can chat fucking hear me? I'm gonna have to like do this very cursed. Okay, chat can hear me. That's good. Yippee! Chat can hear me, and the music shouldn't be too loud, but just to make sure, I am going to turn it down a little bit more. Are my headset's dying? I should be okay. If need be, I can switch to the really bad earbuds. Kiss me about it. Joel, the problem is we don't have a headphone plug on this. It's just a USB. I should be okay. I'm just basically gonna pause the music and hope that it doesn't break stream. I'm going to do that, so unfortunately, music is gonna be kind of null and void. I'm gonna hope that this doesn't break stream if I turn off the headset. We'll see. This might work. Okay, that is really fucking loud. I apologize. Give me a second to set up. Okay. Let me open Discord again and fix this so that Glowstick can hear me in Discord. If the laptop will allow it. Come on. Don't die on me, please. Working on it. Wasn't talking to you. I know. I just like inserting myself into the narrative. Also inserting myself. What the? I did not even see their message. I genuinely didn't see that message. But oh well. Thank you for getting that glow stick. Okay. Now that Stream can hear and Glowstick can hear, I'm gonna do what the stream is actually supposed to be. Okay. I need to grab the crochet project and like actually work on it while I'm doing this instead of saying that I'm gonna work on it while doing this and then not working on it at all. Ah, fuck. Hit my knuckles. You okay? Yeah, I'm fine.
How fucky will it get if you don't have the headset and I talk?
Huh? I don't think it's gonna be that bad. Try talking.
Yippee. Bad words.
Oh,
More words.
it echoes. Oh, it echoes. Oh, that's so weird. Hang on.
Never mind.
Hang on. I can fix this. I can just put in my earbuds and then put the Discord, like put desktop audio through that. Okay. Discord, bear with me here, please. Okay. It should be okay now.
Yippee?
Yay, no echo.
Maybe? Yay.
Okay. Now I can get on with stream. Hooray. Can you though? Yes.
Bold move.
Okay. I'm gonna look through.
Do I get to grace all of you with comically large water bubble noises?
I mean,
That's
fair.
a treat.
Okay, here's one. So, I'm looking at Am I the Asshole stories on Reddit because those are clearly the best ones.
Always.
Alright, this is interesting. Am I the asshole for blocking my sister and her friend for calling me names after I didn't want to go on a date? I, female 23, and my sister, female 27, we will call my sister Linda. So Linda has this guy best friend, male 28, whose name is Jacob. Linda met Jacob through college and became close with him, so close that he would come to family events and much more. Apparently, Jacob took a liking to me and asked Linda if she could arrange a date for me and him. Linda kept pestering me about going on a date with Jacob, and to try and get them off my back, I went. but he made me extremely uncomfortable by randomly touching me or, in fact, trying to kiss me out of nowhere. I told my sister that I don't feel comfortable going on any more dates with Jacob. Linda has spammed my phone saying I should be happy that a guy like Jacob would even want me. Okay, fucking gross. And soon Jacob heard and started spamming me too. She came to my house screaming at me after I blocked her because I was apparently immature and a brat who doesn't take an opportunity when presented. Am I the asshole? No. No. Oh my god. Okay. I genuinely don't know how anyone would think that that's even moderately okay. Yeah, not the asshole. What your sister is doing is creepy. She is forcing you into a relationship with a guy you don't like and who tried to get in on you. Talk to your mother and father, explain the situation well, that you are afraid of the guy, what he can do to you, and stay away from her and her friend. Yeah, no, yeah, that is awful. Jeez. I don't know how anyone would think that it's moderately okay to one, try to force your sibling to go on a date with your friend, whether your friend likes your sibling or not, and two, then proceed to insult them afterwards. Like, because the friend was being a disgusting, creepy person. Like, that's not okay in any way, shape, or form. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see. Let's go back. I'm gonna try to avoid the ones that have like any kind of trigger warnings on them. Oh god. Here's one. Am I the asshole for begging my ex to not start up her own OnlyFans? So, my ex Haley, 30F, and I made mistakes as teenagers, and we had our son Derek at 15. We stayed together about 4 years, but Haley was depressed. She hated college and dropped out and left. She was gone from our lives for 4 years, which is why Derek is very emotionally attached to her now. In those 4 years, Haley became an escort. She's pretty high class. You wouldn't know it just by looking at her. She makes a lot of money. She does the whole yachting thing and the Dubai thing. But she wants to stop and told me over the weekend that she plans to start an OnlyFans account to make money instead. I begged her not to do it for the sake of Derek. He already gets teased and is insecure because people at school joke about him having a quote unquote hot mom and how he's heard other parents openly say horrible things about her. He doesn't know what she does either, and this would be something that's very public, and I'm afraid that would crush him. She went on a rant about how she's the one who paid for his boarding school, has made enough to already pay for his university, and how this will let her pay for everything else he wants, like a house or a farm or cars. And she left really angry. And I get it, but this is for our son. Was I wrong? I I don't really think that OP was wrong on this one. kind of and kind of not. I think it's a very kind of everyone's the a-hole here. Um, because there are ways to like still make like money on OnlyFans and never show your face, never like say any personal information about you or stuff like that. So it's I get that it's like OP is obviously concerned about their kid. Uh but the fact that like they had this kid when they were 15. So this kid's 15 right now. Unfortunately, the hot mom jokes will not really go away. I don't know. You know, you guys can like jump in the VC too, or like
I'm trying to eat and we're making tea.
fair enough.
Let's back up.
Ah, I Glowstick. That kind of fucking scared me. Glowstick is asking where their cup is.
In Florida. Come join me. I have a spare mug.
Soon.
Soon. But I don't know about that. Gonna be honest. I don't know. This story is like really weird. I'm gonna see what it is. Not the asshole. I get that she has used a lifestyle to pay for some things for him, but the harm this is doing and will do when it gets out isn't gonna be good. You are right to be looking out for your son. Can't control her though, so just brace for impact. My question currently is, does she, like, one, does he have a job? Like, hi Tofu, thank you for the lurk. My biggest question about this is, does OP have a job? Because if his concern at all, like if the concern at all is trying to pay for the kid to have a good life, does OP have a job, and do they make enough money to support the son and like get him what his mom wants, like what the ex wants? I like this kid will be 18. Clearly, this is not in the. I don't think that they live in the US, just based on how they're talking about it. But, and like how they're talking about being in college versus university, because those are different things. I think they're probably based somewhere in Europe, like UK or Europe. I don't think. I think both are kind of the a hole in this situation.
Everyone sucks.
I think it's an everyone sucks situation. Like, yes, the ex is trying to provide for the kid and doing what she knows she can already do to do so. So, like, there are also ways around stuff like OnlyFans that you can have that sense of and I'm gonna fuck this word up, and I'm not even gonna say it. Like the anonymous factor.
Oh, anonymous?
Anonymity.
Yeah, anonymity.
Okay.
Yeah, you said it right. Good job. Proud of you.
Thanks. Like there are ways to get around the anonymity. Like you can still have anonymity in that kind of stuff. I just want to know, like, how the fuck people found out that this kid's mom was a sex worker in the first place. Because, like, she it says she's become an escort. So I don't know.
People are nosy.
Clearly, people are nosy, and apparently, it kind of sounds like some of these parents need to, especially the wives, need to talk to their husbands if they figured that out. Like, I don't know. There's clearly something going on here that the kid is not at fault. And really and truly neither should either of the parents be, but I feel like, again, everyone's the a-hole in this situation because the dad clearly is having a lot of issues with it. Yes, it is coming from a place of concern for the kid, but also he shouldn't try to control his ex. Because it's his ex. They're not actively in a relationship. Yes, they are taking care of their kid together, but they're not actively together. I don't know. Really just my take on it. Come on. There we go. Ba-ba-bum. Oh, come on. Reddit is being a bit of a pain in the ass. Ooh. Am I wrong in not letting my mother meet my son because she cheated on my father? Okay. My mother cheated on my father, and my father was very heartbroken, so he left her and me and moved to a different state. I stayed with my mother till I was 17, then I enlisted and stopped talking to her. It's been 15 years since I have talked to my mother, only for her lack uh not for her lack of trying. I even had to call the cops on her one time. I too talked to my father and we have a great relationship. A year ago, my wife gave birth to our son. My mother found out about it and started intruding in my life again. She wants to meet my son. I have been adamant with my decision, but now people have started pressuring me to forgive her. Fortunately, I had to only tell my wife to quit it once, and she has not spoken about it since. She understands that it is my decision to make. My mother started to badger my father about it, which is such a scummy thing to do. She can't just she can't just go away, can't she? He has suffered enough because of her. I have suffered enough. Enough. We used to have a happy home. We had everything, and then, because of her, I had to spend my teenage years in a shitty apartment. Why does she even care now? She cheated. Why can't she accept it and move the fuck away from my life? My son should not be around cheaters. How is that wrong of me? I mean, eh? Like, I don't know. Definitely not the asshole in this situation. I feel like the fact that the mom, like, he cut ties with the mom, with his mom, um, and, like, started talking to his father. They have a good relationship. But the fact that the mom has actively, like, tried to bypass OP and tried to get everybody else around him to get him to let her see her grandkid. Like, I can understand, yeah, she'd want to see her grandchild, but also, she kind of fucked up and, like, ruined that relationship with her son on her own. So, eh? Like, it kind of makes sense why OP would do this. Is it probably not the best move? I don't know, because I feel like there's a little more than just, oh, your mom cheated on your dad moved away, you got stuck living with your mom. There's probably some more to that, but I don't think OP is the asshole in this situation. Yeah, not the asshole, but it seems like the cheating thing wasn't the straw that broke the camel's back. Was she abusive growing up or something? There also seems to be a lot of resentment from living in an apartment growing up. Anyways, it's your baby, not hers, and if you don't want her to meet him, that's your call and nobody else's. Don't let other people pressuring you about it get to you. Just tell them it's not their business and to respectfully fuck off from the situation. That's yeah. I also find it weird OP is spewing fire at his mom but has a good relationship with his father who abandoned him growing up. Eh okay. I feel like this comment is a little rude because like the dad was heartbroken that the mom cheated on him. Yeah, he up and left and like I feel like there's some other issues there, like how was the custody split? Did the mom get sole custody? Like, why could the dad not have gotten custody? I feel like there is a little more behind OP's resentment, but I don't know. There is a lot more. Yeah. Like it's fine for dad to up and abandon you for many years, but mom cheated and now she's blacklisted forever. Like, yeah, cheating's bad. That fucks with people. That fucks with families. But there seems to be more than just, oh, OP's mom cheated on the dad, and that was the only issue. There's something more that OP hasn't said, and they haven't. It doesn't look like they have commented anything, so. Mm, I don't know. Hmm. Am I the a-hole for crying at my gender reveal? I'll try to make this short. I have two children, both boys, and am currently pregnant with my fourth after a loss. My mother in law offered to be the gender keepers. She got confetti cannons. This is my last pregnancy, so I wanted to do a small reveal with close family and friends. My last was during COVID, and we had to skip all the cutesy things. I have two boys, and of course would adore a little girl. I would also be happy keeping my boy mom crown. But damn, a little girl would just be so freaking sweet. We get the cannons. Mother in law hands us both a cannon. Husband gets his to go first, and all I see is pink confetti. The sweetest surprise. My life with a daughter flashing in my mind, hugging my husband, tears shed. I was shaking happy. I'm always very calm and collected when I'm excited. My mom crying happy for me. This is the biggest surprise I've ever had. I was expecting a third boy. But soon after celebrating, my mother-in-law interrupts, telling me I have to do mine too. I was so excited to see the pink confetti from my husband's that I never set mine off. I'm assuming it's also pink because I'm not having twins, but instead it's blue. I instantly regret my initial ecstatic response. Why are there both colors now? Then she hands us the real cannons, and they both pop blue. Of course, I can't match my previous energy. I hugged my husband and people around me and excused myself, and I cried. I haven't really stopped for hours now. Don't get me wrong, I am so incredibly thankful for the opportunity to have any children, and I know health is number one. That isn't lost on me. But it's as if I've had this space in time where my dream of a daughter came true, and I experienced the joy of having a girl join my crazy boy-filled family, and now I'm grieving that. I know I'll love my son with all my heart, and I'm not upset he's a boy at all. It's just the roller coaster to find out who he was. Broke my heart today. I feel like a jerk for being so upset, but all of this happened in front of an audience. I'm so embarrassed, and this happy video taken of the reveal isn't even real. It's a moment in time I got my heart broken. I don't understand the humor, even if everything had gone according to the plan. What was the point? I didn't find the humor, or what the end goal was. Am I the asshole for being upset? Edited to add info, so there is a bit of an, info update. Mother-in-law did quickly apologize at the end of the night after spending the rest of the time scrolling on her phone. Honestly, I didn't want to talk to her. I gave her a hug and walked away to be polite. I'd like to think it wasn't meant to be cruel, as I thought we had a good relationship. I helped her in a lot of ways I won't get into here. That being said, even though had everything gone quote-unquote according to plan, I don't understand what the point was. Confusion at best? I don't see what the humor was in it. I had thought the same as many. A completely gender-neutral canon would have been better and would have left no room for error. She even said she meant to give my husband the blue one, thinking there was a chance he'd get his to pop first, which makes me think she did realize things could go wrong and still decided this would be funny. Yes, we were supposed to set them off at the same time, but of course there's room for error, which unfortunately happened. Thank you for the resubscribe. Mwah. Where was I? Which unfortunately happened. I saw the first one go off pink and was so excited. I assumed mine would be pink too, logically. My husband was also happy. He thought we were finally adding a girl to our family. He wasn't happy about the joke either, and I've told him I'm going to need space from his mom for now. Comments about me not being happy it was a boy. I am completely content and happy with any baby. I love my boys with all my heart, and I love this baby with all my heart. My second was born with a birth defect that we spent lots of time correcting in and out of the hospital his first year and continue to monitor. I understand what is important here, and that's a happy, healthy boy. It was the fact that I had the rug ripped out from under me with an audience that I'm upset about. After two of the same gender, I am assuming parents would be happy for either, but I think many parents would have a little spark of hope to experience the other side. As far as gender reveals, I am happy. I wanted a small thing for my last baby. If you think they're dumb AF and don't have one. Also, my cannons were confetti and popped inside my home. I didn't kill any wildlife, set the whole country on fire, or murder anyone in the process, although it crossed my mind by the end of the night. Lol. Just kidding. Thank you, everyone, for the nice comments and the reassurance. I'm not out of line with my feelings. Pregnancy can be an emotional roller coaster. I don't think that was. Yeah, OP's definitely not the asshole in this situation. Seeing as the mother in law decided to play kind of a fucked up joke. I agree with the fact that it should have been like white confetti cannons instead of one blue, one pink. Like, I've seen a lot of the gender reveal parties where it's like, oh, there's uh the gender keeper, and they do like a on off kind of deal. So you like pop one balloon and it's pink, you pop another and it's blue, and then you go back and forth until you get to the very last balloon, which is supposed to be the one that the actual gender is.
Yeah, but that means that everybody's in on it.
Yeah.
This was just rude.
Yeah, this one was definitely just rude, and the fact that it was done in front of an audience that I don't think knew about it at all, it is very much a fucked up thing. So definitely, mother-in-law is the asshole in this situation. That's just, you don't do that to someone who's like got their hopes up for a little differentiation in their family. It's like, yeah, you had two boys before this. You had a complication. Um, like she said, I am currently pregnant with my fourth after a loss. So she had some complications. So
She had a
like,
miscarriage.
yeah, she had a miscarriage. And she was hoping for a little girl. She has stated that she is happy that it is a boy, would have liked a little girl, and the fact that the mother-in-law decided to do that just kind of got her hopes up for nothing. Which is pretty goddamn fucked up, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And someone commented, I'm sorry, but that was either an intentionally cruel or wildly stupid choice from your mother-in-law. The non-Reddit part of me leans towards option 2. Because honestly, how else could that have really gone? You do the quote-unquote reveal, you react, and now you do it again? You had a real reaction to a fake situation, and there's nothing left, emotionally speaking, aside from feeling the rug's been ripped out from underneath you. I'm really sorry you had to go through that, and with an audience to boot. Give yourself some credit. You handled it as gracefully as possible. You didn't flip any tables or cuss anyone out, right? I'm going to remind you of something that you likely already know. Go ahead and feel your feelings all the way through to the other side. Try to tamp them down. Trying to tamp. I don't know if they wanted to say tamp, but trying to tamp them down is going to make them fight back even harder, i.e., trying and failing to stop crying because you quote unquote shouldn't be upset. Not the asshole. I'm very sorry you went through such an emotional ordeal and had your true reaction taken from you. I hope you have a healthy, easy pregnancy and delivery. The newest little bean is going to be in very capable and loving hands. Yeah. I do agree. OP is not the asshole. Mother-in-law is definitely the asshole. That's honestly really fucked up. Just gonna scroll randomly. What? Okay, this one's tagged not safe for work, but now I'm curious by this. Loopy, welcome in. Cut a small break so you can tune in. Awesome. Yeah, Am I the asshole for breaking up with my girlfriend after she wanted our relationship to be quote unquote pussy free?
But she's there, so how does that work?
Hang on. I'm gonna read it. So I was dating my last girlfriend and it was okay. However, there were a lot of red flags. First, she just had an aversion to complimenting me or making me feel good. For my first birthday together, she straight up didn't do anything. I did a lot of eventful stuff for her birthdays, but nothing for me. Also, she found out I was Jewish and she just seemed to like me less after that. What was the last straw for me was when she talked about wanting us to be pussy free. She saw it on TikTok. It was a weird femdom dynamic that meant no sex for me. She would possibly sleep around, and she even talked about chastity for me. I said I didn't like this and immediately put my foot down. She then attempted to kind of backtrack, promising that she would pay for me to get a happy ending massage at a place she knew did them. I said no and told her to get out of my house. She then called me back asking to discuss our relationship. She said she would reconsider the pussy free thing. Her offer was that she would give me a three-way with a friend of hers and she would compliment me more and would maybe pleasure me more with her pussy. I said no. I know it sounds like I only care about sex, but like this pussy free thing was the straw that broke the camel's back.
That's just weird as shit.
That is extremely weird as shit, and that just sounds like she is a lesbian in denial. Like, buddy. Buddy. I don't. I genuinely don't know. Like, clearly, you are not the asshole for this. Your girlfriend is fucking weird, and, well, I guess ex now, is absolutely fucking weird, and clearly did not know how to have a proper relationship, didn't compliment you ever, didn't do anything for your birthday, and then made it, and it seemed like she liked you less after finding out you were Jewish. Definitely not the asshole. Yeah, not the asshole. I say she's the one who only cares about sex. She's playing some weird games. I'd stay broken up. Mm. OP said, she also said some weird stuff about not wanting my small Jew cock. But before, when she knew I was part Turkish, she said she loved Turkish men. Jesus Christ, this chick's a psychopath. Female here, and holy shit, block her on everything and never talk to her again. She just walked all over you like you were a damn doormat. She treated you like dirt, and you deserve so much better. And what the fuck, she treated you worse after finding out you were Jewish? Hell no. I'm not Jewish, and I would never not only think of anything negative about Jewish culture, but I would never even consider saying anything negative to someone about it. And let me get this straight. She wanted to withhold sex from you, but fuck other people. Yeah.
Nope.
That lady is a class A psychopath.
She's weird, that's what I'm sure.
Yeah. That is. I don't know. That one's just weird. Hmm. Am I the asshole for telling my sister in law off for continually commenting on my sister's appearance? Hey, Lyric, thank you so much for the resubscribe. 8 months, awesome.
Woo!
Yippee. Okay. Am I the asshole for telling my sister in law off for continually commenting on my sister's appearance? I made this account a few days ago for a stupid joke, so I'm going to use this one. Anyway, my sister in law Beth is plus sized, her terms. She doesn't really seem that overweight to me, and has been on a continual weight loss journey for as long as I've known her. The problem is that she is always now talking about what my sister and I eat, that we don't exercise, unfair metabolism, etc. Like, for example, we all had Christmas dinner together, and when we ate dessert, she kept saying that she couldn't have any of it, and it was unfair we could without worrying about the extra pounds. This is where I started to get mad, because when I noticed my sister, who is 17 and very small, put her dessert down and stopped eating it. Doing pretty good, Lyric. How about you?
Damn, she's gonna give the youngest sister fucking issues.
Mm-hmm. So then this weekend we were all at my mom's house and Beth starts talking about food again and then started hyper analyzing my little sister's body. I mean, taking her hand and putting it around my sister's arm and commenting that she could touch her fingers, saying, "Don't worry, soon you'll get a woman body and you'll have fat thighs too," etc. I kind of lost my shit and asked to talk to her privately and, not very nicely, told her that she needs to stop projecting her issues with food onto the rest of us and asked if she's trying to fast track my little sister to an eating disorder. I said her issue wasn't her weight, it was her crazy toxic mindset. And then I said something which I totally acknowledge was over the line. Beth and my brother have been trying for kids for a year or so, and I said, if you ever have a daughter, you're going to give her you're crazy or something. Now, I did not mean this to be a barb that she would never have children, but that's how she took it. Anyway, after that, she started crying and went to hide in the bathroom, and my brother asked what happened, and I told him. And he called me a see you next Tuesday. I went to the bathroom door and apologized for the comment about the kids, but I stand by the rest. Eventually, my sister and I left to go get some stuff, and when we got back, bro and sister in law were gone. We also talked about my sister being okay with the setting boundaries, and it doesn't make her mean to say something when Beth was acting like that. Then I received a long winded text from her saying I need to apologize not just for the kid comment, but for all of it. And I said no bueno. My mom and bro are both pressuring me to apologize. My mom just wants to keep the peace, but my sister said thank you and that she appreciates it. And I don't want to apologize except for the kid remark, which I already did. Am I the a-hole?
No.
No. No, that is literally a
Fast track to an eating disorder.
yeah. That is a, like OP said, a fast track to the little sister getting an eating disorder, which is incredibly fucked up. And again, the sister-in-law said that she is plus sized in her own terms. She doesn't really seem that overweight. Like, people's people's bodies differ a lot. Like, no, OP is definitely not the asshole. The sister-in-law and brother both are assholes. I can understand the mom trying to keep the peace, but the brother also pressuring an apology for everything is really fucked up. Yeah, the kid comment was definitely out of line, but OP recognized that and also apologized for it. Yeah. Definitely not the asshole. And the fact that the sister also thanked OP for standing up for her is also really good. But yeah, no, definitely not the asshole on that one. Hmm.
Hmm.
Am I the asshole for not wanting to have sex with my wife? So, me and my wife have one child. He's 13 months and I love him to death. Me and my wife have been together for 9 years and married for 2. She's a stay at home mom and I work a normal job. It's messed up not only for the weight, but the soon you'll get an adult woman body. Yeah. That one was also really fucked up. Like, the sister was 17.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A lot of people don't realize that, or just flat out ignore the fact that AFAB people's bodies stop growing and really stop developing once they hit like 15, 16. Yeah. It's fucking weird. But so me and my wife have one child. He's 13 months and I love him to death. Me and my wife have been together for 9 years, married for 2. She's a stay at home mom and I work a normal job. When our baby was 6 months, I tried to have sex with her and she said she didn't want to and started crying. I felt horrible. It felt like she thought I was trying to R word her. I told her I was sorry and thought she wanted to since she had brought it up. Since then, I only kiss her and that's it. She's tried to go further, but I tell her no. Last week, she asked how come I don't want to have sex with her, and I told her that last time I tried, she cried and I won't do that again. She said she's more ready this time. The second I put my hand on her, she said never mind. I didn't really care and I didn't really care. I didn't want to do it anyways. I was just testing it. Few days after she tried, uh, a few days after she tried it again. I told her no and how I felt the first time. She didn't understand and left. This weekend she tried it and I told her I will not do it unless we go to marriage counseling. She got mad and left. She went to her friend's house. So am I the a-hole for not wanting to sleep with her?
No.
She posted 2 updates. Edit. Can y'all tell me where I said I was going to divorce my wife because I never said I was? Apparently, a lot of people in the comments thought so. And edit 2. I'm not mad she turned me down. I mad at first? Yes, but why the fuck would you lead me on and be grinding on me all day if that's not what you wanted? I'm mad because I know she's not ready. I know she's not ready. If I touch you and you flinch and say never mind, then automatically you're not ready. Try again next month, not next week. You can't be prepared for something like that in a week. That differs from person to person, but yeah, I first comment. Starting to think this isn't the subreddit to go for relationship advice.
I don't think he's the asshole for that.
I don't think he's the asshole. Clearly, neither of them are the asshole in this situation. I will state that outright. Neither of them are the asshole. Except for a little bit of his wife when she, like, got mad at him about it. Like,
Why are you getting mad? He's trying to
he's trying to keep boundaries where they are and not push them.
and be respectful about
Yeah.
it, but
He's being very respectful about it. Like he's trying to make sure that she's comfortable, and every time that she tries to do it, she ends up saying that she's not comfortable. I agree with him do like wanting to wait until after they get marriage counseling about it, because that would probably be a good thing, that or couples therapy. Like either one would be a good track to go down for both of them. But either way, OP's not the asshole. Wife
is also not really the asshole.
not really the asshole,
time,
but she's still a little bit at fault. But no one's the asshole in this situation. Ooh. Okay. Am I the asshole for not letting my friend and her kids stay with me because she had shared my address with her abuser last time? I, 26F, am friends with Jessica, 28F. We've been friends since university. Jessica has been married to Mike, 28M, for 6 years now, and they have 3 children under 5 together. Mike has been abusive since they got married. He was the perfect angel of a boyfriend and did a complete 180 when they got married. He started physically abusing her, made her quit her job, and financially control her. I've been supporting her in any way I could since she confessed to me about it, but as everyone knows, it isn't easy for a victim to leave their abuser, especially when they have young children together. A year ago, after a particularly horrible night of Mike physically abusing Jessica, she showed up at my door and asked me to help her. He kicked her out of the house and kept the children. We called the police, and when they showed up at their family home, Mike was gone and the children were alone, crying and neglected. The police got the children out and brought them back to Jessica. They were in the process of being assigned housing and money by the government to start a new life for a few days. They were staying at my home. 3 days after the incident, Jessica just said she decided to go back to Mike and try again because he sounds sincere about changing this time. I tried to discourage her from doing this since she was just about to get a new house and a better life for her kids, but she didn't listen to me. She gave Mike my home address and he came to pick them up. I was pissed that she gave him the address because Mike is an abuser. I don't want him knowing my address. They left, and much later that night, several of the windows in my home were shattered, and so were the windows of my car, but nothing was stolen. I called the police, but since there was no CCTV evidence in the area I lived in, I have no information on who actually did it, but I know it was Mike. This is too much of a coincidence that all happened the very night he found my address, and clearly the person wasn't trying to rob me because nothing was stolen. I have since moved houses. Anyway, not much has changed with Mike and Jessica. Yesterday, she asked me if she could come stay a few days with me because Mike has been drinking a lot. I told her I can help her look for an Airbnb or a hotel, and I'll cook her and her children. I'll cook for her and her children and help them with whatever else they need. She said she is anxious about staying in a place that she isn't sure is safe, and my house is the only place she knows is safe because Mike doesn't know where it is. I said, honestly, I'm terrified of him finding my address again after what happened last time. She said she won't give him the address again and I don't have to worry. The discussion went on for a while, but I made it clear that I'm not comfortable with that, but I will help her find somewhere else she'd be comfortable in. She said she feels like I am the only person she could rely on and I'm giving up on her too. I mentioned that Mike can't actually harm me because I'm not her, and that it says a lot that I'm worried about myself in this situation. I'm not sure if what happened last year is clouding my judgment and I might be making a mistake here. But I also think it would just be stupid to make the same mistake. Am I the a-hole? I would say kind of, but at the same
your
time,
own safety.
yes, very much concerned for your own safety, and that definitely makes you not the asshole.
And it's not like she flat out said no. It was like
she
she
was
offered
offering to try and find somewhere else, like a hotel or an
for
Airbnb.
her to be at.
The good thing is, most Airbnbs and almost every hotel has some form of CCTV or security footage.
Yeah.
So if something were to happen, and if the husband were to find the address and try something, they can easily get the cops actually to do something about it.
Yeah. I don't think I don't think OP is the a-hole in this, just because she's concerned about her own well-being.
Yeah.
And it's not like she like flat out said no and dropped her off like on the street or something.
Yeah. Mm. This is a good comment. Um, this is why there are domestic violence shelters. She needs professional help. In a DV shelter, she will be safe and receive support and possibly counseling. She needs far more than a couch to crash on. I would search crisis lines and DV shelters in your area and pass that information to her. Possibly call one yourself and ask what you can do to better support her from a distance. If she comes to your house, he will target you even worse because you didn't learn your lesson last time. I highly suggest a doorbell cam and property cams to help you manage any fallout if she leaves and he starts looking for her. He will go to any lengths to find her. She may not even have to be the one who gives up the address to find this time. And someone else said, and if she gives him the address of the domestic violence shelter, she won't be allowed back there either. I know this because I used to work at a DV shelter. I even had to explain to DV victims that they were permanently banned from the shelter for having their abuser pick them up outside our front door. Jeez. Yeah, definitely not the asshole in this situation. Oh boy.
Oh no.
Am I the asshole for having sex with another person after my wife wanted to open up our marriage?
Oh god.
So my wife, female 30, and I, male 33, are married for 8 years now. We had a fair bit of ups and downs during our marriage. 5 years ago, I found out that my wife has cheated on me with a man she knew from Tinder. She has told me that after they hooked up 3 times or so. First, I was shocked and wanted to divorce because cheating is a no go for me. However, she told me how sorry she was and that she only loves me, and she was really trying her best to show me that I can trust her again. And I did. Now, let me introduce you to my wife's best friend, Chris, male 31. They've known each other for over 15 years or so, and whenever we had issues, she always ran to him to talk. Chris is single. He has had some relationships, but it never lasted that long. I know he has feelings for my wife. He is always telling me that he wants a girlfriend that is just like my wife and keeps telling her that I do not deserve her. I never thought much about it because in my head, Chris is kind of a bootlicker and I never thought he had a chance at my wife. Fast forward 6 months ago. We had our ups and downs. We again had our ups and downs, and my wife shocked me with the suggestion of opening up our marriage. I was shocked and immediately told her that I don't want that. At this point, we did not have sex for like 8 months or so, and she was never in the mood. And after trying many times to have sex with her, I just kind of stopped because I did not want to push her. I love sex, and being sexless for 8 months made me really unhappy. So the more I thought about her suggestion, the more I wanted to try it out, so I agreed. She was baffled at first, but then in the end, we both agreed. And made up some rules which involved there are no feelings involved either from us or the person we have sex with. No sex in our apartment. We tell each other when we have sex with someone else, and we always use protection. I'd say that's a fair set of rules. I have a coworker, female 28. Let's call her Sarah. She is a very flirtatious girl, and I always thought she was a bit into me. One night after our shift ended, we walked to the bus stop together, and I told her about the open marriage thing. She was immediately all ears and very interested. She joked about that if I want to shoot my shot, I can always ask her. So I did. I told her about the rules and the feelings thing. She made it very clear that she finds me sexually attractive, but that there are no feelings. The next day, I talked to my wife about my coworker, and she told me I can go for it. Some days later, I went to Sarah's place and we had sex. It felt good and was not the same feeling, but it was not the same feeling having sex with my wife. The following days, my wife was really quiet and we didn't talk at all. I knew something was wrong, so I confronted her. I thought maybe it was about me having sex with Sarah. Oh boy, was I wrong. She told me that Chris and her had sex. After hearing this, I fucking screamed at her and we got into a huge fight. Not only did she break the rules of not telling me when she has sex with someone else, she also broke the first rule about feelings. Her excuse was that we never made it clear when we should tell each other that we have sex with someone else, before it is happening or afterwards. But what really tipped me off about what she was trying to convince me was that Chris had no feelings for her. In her eyes, I was overreacting way too much. I didn't talk to her for 2 days now, and I'm staying at a friend's house at the moment. In my head, I keep thinking Chris is somehow manipulating her so she separates from me. So am I the a-hole?
Wow. Okay. Number fucking one. It is like, if you have to do that fucking reach of, oh, we didn't say when we would tell each other, you're in the wrong.
Yes.
You know for a fucking fact, woman, that it is a before situation.
It is a
Fuck
before
off.
or immediately after.
Immediately after. Holy fuck right off with that.
You would know better than anyone because of Zodi's situation with Tofu.
Yes. Like, Zodi and Tofu have literally, like, laid out shit when it comes to anything of the sexual nature.
Yeah.
It, like, they have safe people and people who, like, the Zodi's kind of vetted in order for it to be okay. And there's rules with that, which Tofu is perfectly fine with. Yeah. What in the fuck is this shit?
There are 2 updates. So there's an edit that OP just says, seems like I am a bootlicker myself. Oh, the irony. And then the actual update. This is kind of fucked. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, shit.
I think a lot of people, so there are like 2 whole updates. I think a lot of people are just calling OP the a-hole by the first line of this. Update. Thanks to all the harsh comments calling me a bitch, idiot, doormat, etc., it really made me realize what a fucking loser I am.
Wow.
That's fucked, first off.
Yeah.
Because OP is not the a-hole at all here.
Truth be told, though, as a sign, what he should have seen is the moment that she asked to open the marriage was over.
Yeah.
The marriage was already over.
Yeah.
You should have just divorced at that point.
Clearly, she had already had her sights set on her friend.
She already had. This is why, like, people who want to do an open marriage, what a reasonable thing is they'll go to counseling first.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, why do we want to do this? Do you have somebody already in mind? If you do, that's not wanting to open a marriage. Yeah. That's already wanting to cheat.
I can see why OP accepted the terms, though. They hadn't had sex for 8 months. They, like, barely really communicated outside of... It was basically they were roommates at that point.
Then he should have divorced her.
Yes, I agree with that. But
calling him this shit is fucked.
He abided by all the fucking rules.
Yes.
He is not in the wrong at all.
No.
Anyways, here is the update. Anyhow, got an update and I'm also answering some questions. Yes, my wife is fairly attractive. I heard that from colleagues on multiple occasions. She's that Pilates yoga fitness type woman. She got a boob job 6 years ago, which I paid for, Lamau. Nice ass, brown hair, green eyes. Me, on the other hand, I'm fairly average looking besides my height and physique. I don't have anything else going for me. Because of my wife's fitness, quote unquote, addiction, I got into it as well, and as a result got pretty jacked. My best friend and I came to the conclusion that she's only with me for the financial security.
Yeah.
I got a solid education, well-paying job, and my parents are wealthy. My wife has not been working for 3 years or so. I was also planning on buying a house this year. Yes, I think so too, that my wife had sex with Chris and probably other men before the incident. Let's get to the update, however. I am still at my friend's place. In my mind, this marriage is over and I am filing for divorce. I tried to tell her that yesterday over the phone, but she was not answering my calls for 3 hours or so. So I've sent her a text before going to bed telling her that it is probably best to separate and that I want to file for divorce. I woke up to an excess of messages. She was angry at me at first, but shifted to apologizing and wanting to quote unquote work things out. We agreed on seeing each other today, so next update will probably be the last one. Update 2. This will probably be my last update. I just had lunch with my wife and it was blatantly obvious how she is trying to manipulate me again. She's confessed everything. Her and Chris had been having sex for over a year now. She started crying and how it is all her fault and how she wants to get back with me. However, I have had enough of this. I told her that I'm going to file for divorce and left her crying at the restaurant. Meanwhile, I have already made arrangements with our family lawyer. I'm staying at my dad's place for a couple days so things can cool off a bit. He's very supportive and is actively helping me with the divorce. Thank you again for all the comments. I might do another update in a week or so. We'll see how this shit show is gonna end. Okay, so a lot of the comments calling him an idiot and bitch and doormat and everything was just basically, it was, a lot of people are saying it is very clear that she was fucking him in that 8-month window. Yeah, she already cheated multiple times before that as well, and only 3 that he is aware of. Yet she ran to the guy continuously and likely have been fucking on and off for 15 years. Yeah, that is just fucking insane. Definitely, OP is definitely not the a-hole in this situation.
Yeah.
Really trying to reach for those loopholes? Definitely. Man, I hope that the wife stretched before she made that reach.
Mm-hmm.
God. I'm I'm glad that a lot of the people are like pointing out that he is letting her walk all over him in this situation. Like that is fucking insane. Definitely not the a-hole there. OP.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
So I think that the only thing that he should have done was the moment that she said to open the marriage, file for divorce.
Yeah.
Because especially if it's just that, and like no talk about like counseling and stuff before that, no.
Yeah. I agree. I think that's probably why some people were calling him a doormat.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. I mean, hey, go to that coworker.
Yeah.
Hmm. Am I the asshole for not allowing my family member's child around my child? Interesting. My son, 7-year-old, and his cousin is. My son is 7 and his cousin is 8, and they have been inseparable since they were born up until recently. His cousin doesn't want anything to do with him at school, but is his best friend at home. My son was coming home with bruises on his body, and his cousin was involved in the bullying, and he was coming over to my house every day after school to hang out with my son while this was going on behind my back. My son loved school at one time, and he started crying with a stomach ache every morning, not wanting to go to school, so I started asking him questions, and he finally told me what was going on. So I called the other boy's mom and respectfully told her everything that my son told her, and she called my son a liar. So I told them that their child was not allowed back at my house, and if they can't be friends at school, they can't be friends at home. They got so angry with me, and They got so angry with me. I had his mom, his grandmother, his sister all harassing me and threatening me and my child because they say that their child did nothing wrong, even though the principal pulled up the security footage and saw my son being attacked by this kid. And because he got in trouble, they call me a bully and a coward for contacting the school and reporting it. I know kids will be kids, but this is taking things too far. Why should my son be forced to hang out with a child who is treating him like garbage at school and still be allowed to come into our home like everything is okay?
Not the butthole.
Definitely not
You
the
would
butthole.
be a butthole if you let this keep happening. Fuck them parents. Fuck that child. Fuck him right off a cliff.
That is.
Holy shit.
That poor kid. Jesus Christ. Like, that's fucked up.
You get that family gets 5 out of 5 buttholes. Absolute assholery. Fuck right off with that. Holy shit.
Yeah, right. Also, package was delivered. I'm going to run down and grab that really quick.
Oh yeah, no. I want to fight too. I wish to beat the shit out of people for comedic effect, and just because. What the fuck?
Ah,
Ah,
figured out what it was that was in the doors of all the other apartments.
okay.
Maintenance and pest control will be entering the apartment on Wednesday.
Ah, okay. Yeah, they've done that before.
Yeah.
I mean, good thing.
Please do not have any items blocking the water heater closet, so it may be treated by pest control. I'll move that stuff tomorrow morning
Okay.
so that it's not like in the way or anything.
Yee.
But TV power cords in.
Woo! Oh, absolute tetanus baseball bat lyric. Absolute.
100% tennis baseball bat.
Because what the fuck?
Yeah, no, that one breaks over. Bye, Loopy.
Bye,
Welcome in
Loopy.
the chat, though.
Thank you for being here.
No, it was untied in the package.
Oof.
Like, there was the plastic, and I thought it was all tied up. It was not.
Yeah.
I mean, fair, but still, buddy. Why? Why blame me? He came over here and just like,
I'm stretching.
Yeah? I like how I'm not muted on stream at all.
Correct.
I'm just making rice really quick. Fucking love rice.
Then you should probably put it on a BRB screen or something.
Yeah, probably.
Love.
I'm doing the microwave fucking thing.
Love.
Ah!
Fucking hell.
We'll be back, chat.
He's being a pain in the ass.
Mute your fucking mic. I am. I'll put music back on so chat's not sitting in silence. And we're back. I have acquired sustenance. I got food.
You ate rice.
Okay, and your point?
That is sustenance. Like, he's not wrong. Just being weird. Like normal.
Yeah. Yes, because that is what I do. Alright, let's see.
I don't think we want to get on the subject of the things that you do, because I can say some things and you're streaming at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, I just got changed into clean PJs. I don't want to have to go for a walk.
You make it say like I'm gonna fuck him on stream or something. No.
No, that's the wrong website.
Huh. Am I the asshole for not visiting for Christmas after my mom got me stuck in the middle of a lawsuit?
Nope.
Alright.
Hey, Theo.
Welcome back, Teal. Alright. Am I the asshole for not visiting on visiting for Christmas after my mom got me stuck in the middle of a lawsuit? This happened a few years ago, but it's still coming up in family arguments, so I wanted outside opinions as I'm getting frustrated. This might be a bit long, so bear with me, lol. For backstory, when I, 21F, was 17, I got into a car accident on the freeway. I rear-ended a guy that had slammed on his brakes in front of me, still unsure of why he braked, but not the issue here. I was going too fast to stop, other than a blister on my hand from the airbag and bruises from the seatbelt. I was fine, and the guy I rear-ended was fine. But I totaled my car completely, caused damage to his truck. At the time, him and I exchanged info and waited for my stepdad and the police to show up. There, insurance and more phone numbers were exchanged. I did everything right in this situation that I could. Traded info, waited for professionals, etc. I will 100% always take responsibility for totaling the car. That was my accident, and I own up to it. In result, I received a ticket for failure to control speed or something like that. I don't remember the legal terms. And to resolve the ticket, I could either take an online course or pay a $300 ticket. As I was 17, I had to have my parents, mom and stepdad both 40s, sign off on forms and such because I was under 18. I talked with them about it and said I would take the online course to avoid having to pay the $300 ticket. However, they shook me off and told me they'd already paid it. I was shocked because it would have been cheaper and easier for me just to take the course. But they showed the receipt and I thought it was all done. I didn't have a car anymore, which sucked because I was a senior in high school and looking forward to driving it to college, but that was something I could figure out later. A few months after the accident, I was getting in the car to drive my stepdad to work, and were stopped by a person walking towards the house with papers in hand. They say they're looking for me and my mom, and something from the court, and my stepdad just shakes his head and says they're not here, but he takes the papers, and then I watch as he doesn't look them over and discards them in the trash immediately. I question him on what they were, and he shrugs and just says scams. And I am weary, but I don't think too much of it because he doesn't look worried, so I move on and forget about it. Fast forward, I am now 18, a month away from turning 19, finished my first year of college. My mom and stepdad had just moved across the country to a state 1,000 miles from us, and I am living with my dad and my stepmom. I mention this because my mom is being in a different state is important. Randomly in the summer, we get a knock on the door, and my stepmom answers. She looks to me and says something about legal documents, and I have like zero clue what's going on. Then I remember the time with my stepdad where someone came looking for me with papers from the court. My heart sinks, and I start praying that my stepdad hadn't screwed me over by tossing them out. He had. My dad comes to the door to sort things out and tells me that myself and my mom, who he's been divorced from for over a decade now and now lives thousands of miles away, are being served. I didn't know what that meant and asked Dad. He said I was being sued for over $10,000. I'm a month away from being 19 and I nearly passed out from shock. My dad tries to get some answers from the guy who gave us the papers, but he's just the messenger, so he leaves. My dad reads over the papers, and it turns out the insurance company from the guy I had rear-ended was suing my mom and me because they hadn't been paid for the damages done to his car from our insurance company. Right away, my dad, bless his soul, he was my savior throughout all of this, gets to work on helping me call insurance companies and try to find out what the heck happened. Long story short, after a plethora of phone calls on our part and working with an attorney, my dad and I discovered that for almost a month-long period, my mom and stepdad had not been paying insurance, kept an old insurance card in the car that I had totaled, and lied to me about being on the insurance.
Wow.
I was absolutely stunned. My mother has never been the best, and she has had many, many faults, but I never thought she'd do something like this. And throughout my dad and I making these calls and trying to figure out what's happening, she's playing dumb, ignoring my calls / texts, and is thousands of miles away with no way for me to get to her. I hear from my brother, who had gone up to visit them in their new home, that my mother is telling all of our family about some BS story about us having our identities stolen and my dad putting her in debt. None of it made sense, and all of it was lies. I was so irritated. Because the lawsuit was not being settled, I was scheduled to appear in court the following January. This is like a full 2 years after the initial incident, by the way. However, the attorney that my dad and I had been working with said that if my mom worked out a payment plan to pay off the insurance company, she obviously didn't have to pay it all up front, then that court date would be cleared and I wouldn't have to go. Myself and my dad, who hates talking to my mom because of how she treated him, did it anyway because he wanted to help me fix this, informed my mom of the situation. We let her know how many, many times that all she had to do was set up a payment plan because, according to my dad, the not paying insurance situation wasn't my situation to handle. My name just happened to be attached to it, since I wrecked the car.
Yeah.
For months, my mom ignores this. Every time I call her, she talks about anything but this. I try to bring it up. She changes the subject to her new house or the job she landed, and this goes on throughout my entire first semester of my second year in college. I spend the entire semester racked with anxiety to the point of spiraling episode that left me bedridden for days, missing part-time job and classes, constantly worried about what was going to happen on that court date. Finally, not even a week before the day I was supposed to appear in court, my granddad, mom's dad, he lives in the same state they moved to, they live 10 minutes apart, messages me and asks for clarification on the situation. My mom had been telling him and my grandma that it was all my dad's fault and he had sold her identities and was holding money from her retirement or something. Another bunch of BS that she pulled out of her ass and tried to remove the problem from her. I gave him the story, all of it, from the car wreck to the upcoming court date, and he thanked me for letting him know. After that, for some reason, the attorney that had been reaching out to my mom finally got a response from my mom after months. I think, not 100% sure, I wasn't there, that my granddad must have piled into my mom about it and had gotten her to do something. And finally, she and the attorney had set up a payment plan, and my court date goes away. We got my name off of the papers saying that I owed any money, and it was done. The most anxiety-inducing months of my life were over. Here's where I'm a bit confused as to if I'm the asshole or not. Before my mom settled the suit with the attorney, I sent her an email saying that if she didn't settle the lawsuit, then I was not going to visit for Christmas that year. She did not settle it, so I did not visit. Now, I know it wasn't the best idea to send an email rather than speak, but my mother was hardly letting me speak about the whole situation, and I am not the best at verbal communication. So I figured the easiest way to get her to understand my perspective. She responded with a not-so-happy email in response, saying I sounded like my brother when he was in one of his moods, that she never expected this from me, and that my little brother living with her and my stepdad would be disappointed. It's been 2 years since the court date was settled, and my mom still gives me shit for this, passive-aggressively, but still, and it's aggravating me. Am I the asshole here? No.
You should have absolutely no contact with that fucking woman.
That is a bitch who literally... That is insurance fraud.
Yep.
That is not your fault. You are not the asshole. Your mom deserves to be fucking put behind bars for that shit.
I agree.
It's trying to get your child
Hey, stop picking at your skin.
to pay stuff like that is just fucked on so many levels.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not the asshole in this situation. That is insane. I'm gonna read one more story and then probably go ahead and end stream. Kind of surprised that it actually... No frames have dropped for the entirety of stream.
Because the internet is good here.
Yeah. I honestly expected it to drop a little bit because of just
Wi-Fi?
laptop. Just the laptop in general.
Oh,
the
yeah.
fact that I'm not on Ethernet, the fact that I'm on Wi-Fi instead, like...
Yeah.
But, looks pretty good. Huh.
Oh boy.
Am I the asshole for not telling my new friend that I'm a lesbian before being in her bedroom?
Maybe.
We'll see how this one goes. This sounds very ambiguous. And it's a short one, so I'll probably actually read another one after this. Me, 19 female, and my new friend, who I'll call B, 19 female, have only been friends for a couple months. We met through my other friend, H, also 19F. I've known H for years. I am an out lesbian and have been for a while. A couple weeks ago, we all went on a night out, and we were doing our makeup and getting ready in B's bedroom. Then yesterday, B texts me saying, "How could you not tell me you were a lesbian? I let you in my room." And I was confused, so I asked for more context, and she said that H mentioned my ex-girlfriend to her in a conversation. And then B asked H if I like girls, and H said, "Yeah, she's a lesbian. Didn't you know that already?" So I text her back saying, "Sorry, I didn't realize I had to announce it. Plus, I'm already out, so I'm not going to start every conversation with a new person with, 'Hi, I'm a lesbian.'" But she has been freaking out over it, according to H, and we're both really confused what the problem is. Am I the a-hole? No.
Okay, no.
No, that is just a homophobic little shit.
Yep.
In no situation, well, there are probably a couple of situations where you could be the a-hole on this one.
But this isn't it.
But this is not it. You are not the a-hole in this situation, and B does not deserve any fucking explanation for it.
Like, you know, I agree. The whole thing. It's like, if you're already out and shit, it's like, why should you start every conversation with, "Hi, I like pussy"?
It's the same reason why you should never have to start a job interview with, "Hi, I'm trans."
I mean, you're right.
No, because that actually pretty much had to happen at Taco Bell, is we basically had to... Granted, during the interview, the assistant manager did ask, "Do you mind me asking about why there are two separate names?"
Yeah.
And we're like, "Yes, because this is legal name. This is the name we'd prefer to go by."
No. Now you don't have to do that. No, it's like,
Nope.
That's his name.
This is name.
Fuck off.
Alright, let's see. Whoa, hang on.
Oh god. What?
Would I be the asshole if I date my ex-husband's cousin? Just the whiplash of that title makes me very curious.
Ex-husband's cousin. Okay. I think the big thing here, do you have kids with your ex-husband?
Yes, this is why I'm going to figure this out.
Oh god, it's long.
Oh no, okay. This is a long one. I am truly ashamed that even though I vowed myself not to be in any form of drama, I still put the drama back into my life. I posted in this group like a month ago, so here I am again. Basically, what happened was I met my ex's cousin. Let's call him Pineapple. First off, really fucking weird, but okay, we'll go with it.
Are you hanging him upside down? Are you a swinger?
Oh god. Pineapple was really close to my husband, and they are cousins. When we were young, we used to hang out with each other a lot. We were out of touch for about 10 years because he left town. We still message each other with a basic hi, hello, and birthday wishes. The last time we talked was when I was getting a divorce. He said he was sorry, and even though I am not married to my ex, I will still be family. That's about it. We barely talked after my divorce. So, in the beginning of January, I met him when I was out with my son.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Oh.
He came to town. We had a small chit chat and then he asked me out for dinner. I thought I should go for old time's sake. We talked and laughed, and when we were heading home, he kissed my cheek. Okay, so he technically initiated this.
He initiated by asking you out and kissing your cheek.
To be honest, I had this warm feeling inside me. Maybe because it's been so long since I've been kissed or have had someone to care for. I know in my last post I said that I am happy with being single, but him kissing me really brought back the memories of what it felt like to have a lover. Anyways, the next morning he texted me and said that he liked spending time with me and wanted to meet again. And yeah, we did meet again. He told me that he likes me a lot and that he has had a crush on me one time. I didn't answer him. Just told him that I'd think about it. Honestly, this caused an uproar in my ex's family. Someone told him that I was dating his cousin and he flipped out. He's dead set on that I am doing this to hurt him, that I want to integrate myself back into his life. Even his new girlfriend told me I am only being petty, that I am desperate and no one wants an old woman like me.
Damn.
I clapped back and told her to mind her own business. For someone who brags about how great her relationship is, she has a rather strong opinion on what I do, and if insulting my age is the only thing she has her mind on, she has in her mind, then she is an insecure person. She will get old soon too. That was a whole drama. My sister-in-law was pissed too. Like, ex-sister-in-law, because you're fucking divorced. She told me that I'm being a hypocrite because she had been asking me to date for a long time and even tried to set me up. Oh, probably sibling sister. Okay.
Yeah.
My bad. I even blew up at her face on Christmas because of this, and now I'm dating his cousin. I am not dating. How overall, dating him creates a mess, but part of me wants to initiate it. Would I be wrong or just end it here? Okay.
The only thing weird is the fact that you have a son, presumably with your ex.
Yes.
So, but here's the thing: he's your ex's cousin.
Yes.
So that's not going to be like his uncle or something like that. It's going to be a bit more removed. So,
I am trying to see if anyone asked about the kid. Oh. Okay. So it sounds like, so someone said, yes, there's plenty of men here, men in the sea. You'd probably freak out if your ex attempted to date someone close to home. Have shame. OP replied, my ex did something way more despicable than that. He cheated on me with with a woman a few years older than my son. She is still with him. So that's the girlfriend. First off, it sounds like the son is possibly from a different relationship.
Okay.
But there is no, like, post or comment confirming that. So I'm not... Yeah. Second paragraph. Oh, no, it is the ex's son.
Yeah, that's what I kind of assumed.
Okay. So, yes, unfortunately, OP, you are the fucking asshole
Now,
a little bit.
just
a little.
I would give probably the 1.5.
Yeah, definitely like a 1.5 out of 5 on
Like,
this.
your ex clearly did fucking worse.
Your ex did a lot worse by dating someone a few years older than your son.
Cheating on you.
Cheating on you
and
with
dating. Okay, here, I will take something from Zodi's shit. Zodi's mother cheated on the stepfather with someone who literally is the same age as Zodi. And this was like two years ago.
Ew.
Yeah, no, even better, somebody who graduated from Zodi's high school.
Oh, shit.
Because the mother, I think they were a year older because they weren't in like the same thing as Zodi. But it was somebody who Zodi could look in their yearbook and find. Yeah. That's disgusting. Other than that, like, I'd put a little bit more blame on the cousin because no shit he knows about the situation with the ex.
Yes.
And number two, he is the one who initiated things. Now, you should have cut him off. You should not keep going out with the man.
Yes. I completely
This is where you're an asshole.
They have not started dating.
Right.
It is just a should I.
Do not.
Do not.
Do not.
That is a very bad idea. Do not.
Do not.
Do not initiate.
Find somebody else.
Arm's
not in
length.
that family.
Fucking arm's length of that shit. No. That is. Oh. Okay. If you didn't have a child with your ex,
then maybe
it would be hilarious because it would just be petty as fuck. But because you have a child with your ex, that is your child's second cousin.
Do not.
Do not. That is disgusting. Please do not. Yeah. Sweet Home Alabama, all the fucking way with that. Gross. OP, 1 out of 5, roughly.
1.5.
You're on the lower end of the scale. Still kind of an asshole, but not as bad as the cousin. The cousin's like a 3.
Yeah, because the cousin knows everything.
The rest of the family, and especially the girlfriend, definitely are also assholes in this situation.
You want to say like maybe 2.5?
2.5 for sure.
The ex-husband, 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5.
Absolutely.
That's disgusting.
That is awful. That is awful.
Take it from experience.
Is so bad.
No.
Okay. But that is the end of this. Because the fucking whiplash of that story. I can't. So I'm gonna go ahead and find someone to raid. Let's see, there's Skiz. Oh, Mrs. Wells is doing Call of Duty.
Mystic Despair.
Oh yeah, Mystic is still alive. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and raid Mystic because Mystic is live. Mutuals, Mystic's amazing.
Mystic's cool. Mystic's being a bunny. Mystic's over on Arbor.
Yeah. Weren't you guys supposed to be on Arbor? Or was...
Yeah, but we got way too busy.
Yeah. I know Bit, I think, is on Arbor. Or was.
Mystic's on
invited.
Arbor, Alex, quite a few, like, TikTok content creators.
Chaos. Chaos and Saturn, that's where they're from.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, no, we're gonna go ahead and go raid Mystic Despair, because Mystic's a good mutual of ours. We don't really talk to them a whole lot.
Mystic's
like,
nice.
We're mutuals. We're not friends, we're mutuals. But they're the fucking really cool B-dubs and Etho cosplayer on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Good being. But we're gonna go ahead and raid them. This was a good trial stream. Hopefully we can actually start doing streams again.
More streams.
Hopefully. We'll see about it. But, yep. Have a good rest of your day, everybody. Bye-bye!
Some of these Reddit stories, man.
Mm-hmm.